I want you to imagine for a moment that our most important choices were decided through the worst voting method ever invented. Well, they are.
Hi, I'm Aaron Hamlin. I'm president of the Center for Election Science. We're not professional filmmakers. Rather, we dedicate ourselves towards electoral-related scholarship, and we advocate voting methods that most benefit the public good. Right now, we're on Indiegogo. We're fundraising to develop a professionally animated video on an alternative voting method.
So why change our voting method? Because the vote for one method we currently use, plurality voting, is hideously out of date. And it's time the world knows it. I want you to consider some examples of just how bad plurality is. It allows spoilers for one. Third party and independent candidates almost never have a chance because you don't want to waste your vote on someone you don't think is going to be able to win. Here's some insight from the scholarly community. Voting Power and Procedure is a leading international research center on voting. The center comes from the London School of Economics and Political Science. In 2011, they brought together 22 voting theory specialists to look at voting methods. Guess how many of these 22 specialists chose plurality voting, our status quo method? Are you ready? 0. Not a single one. The method they did prefer, however, was approval voting, and that's what we propose. Approval voting is really simple. Just pick all the candidates you want. No complicated rankings, no runoffs. The candidate with the most votes still wins. That's it. So how does approval voting help? No one has to play the role of spoiler, and no more wasting your vote. You can always vote your favorite or favorites. That includes third parties and independents. How's that for an upgrade? And it's so easy. The problem is hardly anyone knows about approval voting outside the academic world. And that's why we're here. We're the bridge, and we're the largest nonprofit out there advocating approval voting. We've written articles, we've interviewed scholars, and we've testified before legislative bodies. But we need you. You funding our project lets us partner with Thought Bubble to do a professionally animated video on approval voting that is succinct, passionate, and engaging. And it will be timely. If we succeed, we'll make the April 30th deadline for the Looking at Democracy contest funded by the MacArthur Foundation. Making that entry will help us substantially increase viewership so more people can learn about approval voting. Plus, we get a chance at winning prize money to create more projects. But we must be funded to make that deadline.
Now, if we don't hit our goal, then we can't enter the contest. That means no additional funds for future programs and no extra exposure. Plus, our message on approval voting is significantly delayed. We can do this, but we're counting on you to contribute and spread the word. Isn't it time the world knew about approval voting?